Alright. Good to go. Do it or not. Alright, so today we do have a few old dungeons to finish up. I believe the energy in my assassin is climbing quite high. Maybe a few things here and there. We do have one CD of Sanctuary I haven't done my Chantel, though I don't know if I'm too excited to do it. But yeah, I guess that is an option. And hello Raiden, hello Shoshi. You guys are doing great tonight, today, whatever time it is. So yeah, we do have a few things to do. Obviously it's mostly going to be PvE again. It is a final PvE stretch for Sanctuary next week. So I did do a few things today. Had a few things to take care of, and I also prepared a script for a video I'm going to be recording tomorrow. Hopefully I can also do all of the editing and posting. Within the same day, because I would assume that Tuesday and Wednesday are probably going to be quite busy, as you may imagine, but yeah, we'll see. I appreciate what the fuck on my AC is one of those. Well, you get to see how it feels to be a European then. Imagine having AC in this economy. But yeah, either way, few old dungeons today. I do have one thing I want to check out as well towards maybe the back end of the stream, but we'll discuss that once we get there. Our hit is not the same. I don't want to hear it. You've got guns, you can just shoot the humidity. Surely, right? That's the point, right? Yeah. Alright, anyway, without further ado, I guess let's try to do some fire temple. Yeah, I have 900 energy on this character. Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, I also took a sponsorship thing, which I mean, I'll just talk about it later in the stream. But if you wonder what the banner is above my head, that is what it is. So yeah, hopefully it's not too intrusive. I tried to put it in a location where it would not be intrusive. Making money now, let's go full-time streamer. Nah, I mean it's not much. Although I'm about to open this, it's not much, and it's like a community thing. So basically there's a command. Are they not opening the thing? There we go. There's a command, exclamation mark COD, and it's like a mobile game with a whatchamacallit. So I don't have fucking TP scrolls. XD ain't that great. There we go. But yeah, with a PC client, and basically if you install the game and play a little bit, I get paid. So there you go. That's the extent of it. Also, are these guys fucking serious right now? Bruh. This guy is 3.6k. What is brother doing here? I can't leave, can I? Yeah, of course I can't. Oh my god, fuck these people, dude. You don't get paid just for having banner? Nah. The banner is like the community goal thing. Hello Thrice. Like basically there's two parts to it. There's the possibility to get paid by playing the game for a couple of hours, which I mean, who knows? Maybe on Tuesday when the maintenance starts, maybe I'll do it. Perhaps. I'll think about it. And then the other one is just like getting people to install the game, basically. That is a scam, then. It's a stream element thing. Whatever. If it's too bothersome or whatever, I can cancel it, so. Yes, you got 3 blue boots, dude. Hell yeah. Huge stonks. But yeah. Also, as I said, I am prepping a short video about something that not everyone is going to find interesting, but it is a topic I want to talk about, so yeah. Look forward to that. And that video had me reinstall Iron 1. So yeah. I'm gonna try to set it up so I can like grab footage on Iron 1 whenever I need it. When I need to like draw comparisons and stuff like that, right? This way I can just do that. Maybe I level a few characters to be able to do so easier. It's TTK, isn't it? Nah, it's not TTK. It's even more petty than that. I kind of want to do, because obviously, right, there's like there's quote-unquote like dead horses when it comes to Iron 2, right? There's topics that are constantly being brought up, and I don't really want to address these right now, because in a lot of cases these are things that are allegedly already getting worked on. But I do want to address more like subtle problems with the game, and stuff that people maybe don't necessarily think about, right? And I do think it is important to draw comparison to Iron 1 as well. So obviously there's the topic of SFX that we talked about a few days ago, but that is not that video, although I still want to make that video. Trust me, at some point it's gonna come out. It's gonna, when you least expect it, the SFX video is gonna come out, but this is not the one right now. But no, the topic of the video is more so about the over, how to put it exactly, the over QLification of Iron 2, if that makes sense, right? Like the fact that they are focused too much on making things like easy and convenient for people to a fault, right? So I'm basically gonna be talking about a few examples of that topic and stuff like that, and some of it I also will draw comparisons to Iron 1, right? So yeah, that's the video. Again, I wrote the script today. I did record some B-roll already. I'll be taking care of the recording, editing tomorrow. I'm probably gonna try to do it all in one go and try to get it out like immediately the day off, because again next week is gonna be quite busy, so keep an eye out for that. Easy is what the modern TikTok brain can process. Yeah, I know. I mean, I do mention that this is not a pitfall that only Iron 2 is falling in, right? But yeah. Original must-play mechanics. Yo, on the topic of that, by the way, right before launching stream, I got a comment on my Ludra guide. It's not even the Ludra guide, actually. It's the Sanctuary mini-boss guide that I made like a while ago, right? And the comment was a dude complaining about the fact that the fights were too hard and there were too many punishing one-shot mechanics. So we may be cooked. If this is the opinion, if this is still the opinion on Sanctuary mini bosses, we might be fucked. Kids nowadays don't have the patience for anything. I don't necessarily know about that. I think I feel like it has nothing to do with age. I feel like it has to do with demographics, if that makes sense, right? If anything, I would even argue that people who have, like, you know, 50 kids, 7 dogs, 3 wives are the ones complaining about those type, are the ones complaining about stuff not being convenient enough, you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, either way, yeah. I do want to address like a few topics about... Actually, one of them is something that we covered on stream before, which is the overabundance and the ease of access of quick travel in PvP areas, like the rifting areas, right? And like the rippling terrible effect it has on PvP in general. There's only like one shot on the boss and none on the boss too. I mean, the second boss does have one shots. The crystal mechanics, I guess. But I mean, I don't know exactly what the guy was talking about. But I mean, yeah, that's. And funnily enough, like, it's not an isolated case, by the way. Like, I've had multiple people make those type of comments on my doodle guides. So, really looking forward to when I'm gonna make the Sanctuary 2 video. You know, that's gonna be a doozy, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, it seems like people are finding these too hard still, even in the West, which is kind of crazy to me. Only auto kill on boss 1 too is too many fellas on boss 1. I mean, yeah, like I guess if you talk about one-shot mechanic, I guess filling the like the red line AoE also is a one-shot. Like, but I mean, at the end of the day, these are just like very basic like mechanics. You know what I mean? It's kind of nothing special. At one point they will introduce one button rotation, like, wow. Brother, the one button rotation is already in the game. Have you not seen Chenta thrice? Have you not seen how Chenta plays now? And by the way, this is one of the topic I'm gonna be talking about in the video, because obviously streamlining and QL and so on and so forth directly impacts shit like that, and is the reason why jobs are getting classes are getting optimized to the point where they're just a one button class, right? So that is also one topic I'm going to be talking about. Age is demographic related. I mean, yeah, but I mean, I basically what I'm saying is that the age doesn't necessarily immediately correlate to people wanting those types of QL, right? Have 2 kids, 16, 10-year-old, being gamer myself at best 20 years. I mean, I'm sure there's a correlation, right? But I'm just saying it's probably not isolated to those specifically. Also, you can't really blame like the younger audience, because at the end of the day, they are being fed that. Like, this is all they've known, right? So. What about this? You're right, yeah. I mean, this is basically slowly what's happening, and I'm kind of making it a point to say that this is not an Iron 2 problem. It's just a modern gaming / modern MMO problem, in the sense that even WoW is falling into that pitfall. You know what I mean? Like, every game is falling into that pitfall. The overextension of QL over game design, like it's a plague. It is a plague. On my 200+ keybinds back for mine, won't give me more buttons. I agree with that 100%. That being said, I think that and again, that is another thing I'm talking about. Like, at this point, I'm basically gonna be, are these guys, for fuck's sake, gee. I think there's a middle ground. Like, that's kind of the takeaway, right? Where the devs kind of have to be firm with their vision for the game, but they could, QL doesn't have to be completely absent for the game, but it kind of has to meet somewhere in the middle to still be fit and serve game design, you know what I mean? And the problem with Iron 2 is that QL is starting to step over game design. What buttons are interesting now? That's rated buttons. Nah. I mean, at the end of the day, like, the majority of the problems with this game stem from a good place, right? The thing is, like, the thing is because they are so, how to put it, They are so desperate to like show players that they've changed. They've been over listening to feedback from the play base, and they are overcorrecting everything. And as a result, they are kind of losing the vision they had for things, right? I'm just gonna stop joining groups that are like in progress, because like the fact that you can't leave of your own volition when out of the boss, when not even being inside of the arena, is fucking bullshit. Let me just although like, dude, all of these are requests to join. What the fuck happened to the group finder, dude? Why is everything request to join now? It is crazy to me. Like, it's not that deep, you know? I'm just gonna make my own group, man. Whatever. Whatever. Was surprised by a Taiwanese the other day. Why my mantra was only level 10. I mean, you can't really go much higher than that though. With like just the storyline stigmas, right? This guy's 2.2 flat. Just get out of here. 0.5. That's alright. Pay me for being a foreigner. I mean, that's pretty classic though. But yeah, I mean, it's... You can't really be much higher than level 10 if you just use the storyline stigma shards, right? I mean, at least I should correct by saying that you're not reaching 15 basically. You can get a bit higher, but yeah. I mean, which is one of the things I was talking about the other day. Like, I do need to do corridors and stuff like that on my Chanta at some point. Repeater took myself, I filmed the shit out of him back. I mean, the thing that's pretty funny, right, is like, you're saying this is for a Fire Temple. Like, dude, Fire Temple is not... not that big of a deal. Like, people are legit asking for 3k in Fire Temple. Like, hello? Are we being deadass right now? Yeah. I mean, some of them are like somewhat reasonable. Also, maybe he was an agent, you know? Maybe it was like Southeast Asian or something. Just because he speaks Chinese doesn't necessarily mean it's a Taiwanese, right? They got kicked by foreigners because they said they can't communicate. Well, who knows? I mean, I will say that I've had, unironically, like on a percentage-based value, I guess, right? Because obviously that there's less than like Chinese people, right? But like on a percentage-based basis, I've probably had more bad experiences playing with people. Like, people speaking English from Chromede than actual Taiwanese players. Like, unironically. Even as a foreigner myself, you know what I mean? Just the way they behave, right? Like, it's... I get being jaded, but like... Everyone is a foreigner somewhere. Isn't that the truth? As an auto in game, there's no excuse. I don't know who told me this. I mean, I don't know if it's true, right? But someone told me that the auto translate will translate Chinese to English, but it will not translate English to Chinese. Apparently. I don't know if that's the case, but that's false. Yeah, I kind of had a hunch, right? Because like it would not make sense because throw and anybody worked on both ways, right? So. Holy shit, dude. Why am I taking so much fucking damage? Holy moly. You know what? I had a pocket template who only spoke Chinese. Right. Yeah, I mean it makes sense. It makes sense. Although I would assume you would need like proper grammar and stuff to make sure that it translates properly. Although, I mean, I will say that I tried the auto translate stuff to like speak in French to see if it would translate to English properly. Like, dude, even using slang and stuff like that, it translated perfectly. So, like, this shit is kind of evolved. AI slop integration. Yeah. I mean, for stuff like that, I think it's valuable. I think it's fine. Translating like to yeah. Specifically for stuff like that, right? Not necessarily for localization of your game, right? But when it comes to like automatic translation within an MMO space for like people of different languages to be able to communicate properly, like I think it's great. Now, the cynical part of me will say that if those kinds of features had always existed, I would have never learned English, right? So, in a way, I will miss that to some extent, but I do think that the positives probably outweigh the negatives in general. A lot of people... Oh, the fucking bot message hit your message. I'm gonna have to go back to it in a second. XD. Everything AI bots can solve the captcha. I'm sure they already are. That's the thing, isn't it? A lot of people not aware of the auto translate. I mean, sure, I'm sure of it, right? And I would be surprised if there's not also people that straight up don't use it on purpose, like out of like spite or pure racism. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, at least as a French guy, that would be a very French thing to do. I will admit, like that is something a French person would do. Alright, let me get a few pots. I'll be a complete fucking peasant. Yeah, although I will say that one thing that I hope they eventually go back and fix with this game, like, is the very obvious usage of generative AI when it comes to some of the assets. Like, I understand that they are using their own like in-house AI technology and stuff, right? So like it's not necessarily like as bad as actual generative AI and so on and so forth, especially if it only uses like in-house training and stuff like that. But I will say that the game loses some of its charm when the icons are not like hand-drawn and stuff like that, right? Because there's a lot of that in this game. Like a lot of like skill icons and menu icons and stuff like that are pretty clearly not not human made. So I hope they eventually go back and fix that. I'm Chinese, can read both Chinese and English. It's funny. Big Brother is confused whenever people successfully craft and hold gear. How about it doesn't literally... The fucking scrolling is fucked on my chat. Let me read the funny message. Why are you like this, OBS? Holy shit, dude. This mob is cooking my ass. I can't really stop to use the stagger move because this flame spirit is like eating me up, bro. Damn, this guy fell off. Unfortunate. Enemy scroll up. Like the brother's confused when I talk. Doesn't literally mean that. I've seen English play on Chromate, so I've typed that in English. It's just funny. I mean, it is funny though. Like the literal translation from the automatic translate stuff is obviously wrong because it's probably some type of slang, right? But I mean, it is gonna be really like it's gonna stay. You know what I mean? Like even when the game comes in global, because there's so many people that played on Taiwan, and we all kind of got to witness all of these slangs. Like this is here to stay. Like to me, a cleric is just a fucking glass of milk now, brother. Like straight up. Do you know why it's called milk? It's called milk because I mean the thing is it's not unique to Chinese, right? It's called milk because you drink milk when you need health, right? I think in Korean it's called like they call cleric like a water bottle or something for the same reason, because you drink water when you're parched, right? Is that right, or is it just like a completely unrelated thing? But I think that's what it is now. I think both Japanese and Korean also has a similar saying, although it's not exactly the same thing. I like my answer better. Yeah, fair enough. Why is saying 720p? I thought Germany... I'm streaming... Okay, I'm streaming in 720p because as a non-partner, I don't have access to a very high bitrate. And the problem is because I'm streaming on ultra-wide, it is basically requiring more bitrate to make the screen not look like absolute garbage, right? And if I stream on 1080, if I stream on 1080 60, for some reason it makes the game extremely pixelated if there's too much movement, because the bitrate is not high enough to support 1080 with my kind of resolution. Whereas streaming on 720 actually makes the screen quality better than 1080. So yeah, once I get partnered and I can stream at 8000, I'll be able to stream at 1080, but for now I can't. Hold on, I'll read the reasoning after this. The chat scrolling in my OBS is fucked for some reason. I just need to use proper chat. Straight up. I should just get used to that. I mean, whatever, I'm just gonna use this. Let me look at the reason. Because the short form Chinese called, which literally translates to nanny. In short form, instead of two letters, they type the first letter, which is enough to be understood, but it translates to milk. Ah, interesting. So that's why they call Cleric both nanny and milk then. I see. Sure. Nanny babysitting? Yeah, makes sense to me. Nice as well, the grammar thing and symbols. I expect they can understand their own language. I could never learn that, I think. Yeah, for sure. Like, Chinese would be a language I would be very interested in learning. Genuinely. But it certainly seems like a bit of an undertaking. Translating it to midwife. Chinese is easier than English. Is it though? With all of like the special characters and the multiple alphabets? I don't know. I don't know about this one, Chief. Also the fact that so many things seems to be intonation based. English has so many more exceptions to its own rules. Okay, I mean, I guess it is probably... Okay. It is... Correct me if I'm wrong, right? It is probably a lot easier to be understood speaking bad English, right? Than it is to be understood speaking bad Chinese, you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but... That is the feeling I'm getting from those types of languages. The same words in different tone, you're cooked. Yeah. Like, I feel like if you speak bad English, you can make yourself understood, like without too much trouble. Even if you don't respect all of the stupid rules and everything, like people will get what you mean. Whereas with Chinese, I feel like it has to be a lot more specific. Otherwise, basically something you're trying to say could come off as something completely different, right? Chinese speaking in silent and English. Yeah. Like the tone stuff is definitely something that I'm a bit worried about. Why am I taking so much fucking damage? I didn't used to take... Okay, well, first of all, the chanter doesn't have mantras. But even without mantras, I feel like I'm taking so much more damage from Fire Temple than I used to. Like, I've been doing Fire Temple with this character since 2.2k, and I feel like I was not taking that much at 2.2k. What happened? Like, this character's gear got better, so that's so weird. Yeah, onto the China, where should I go? I mean... I guess that is a fair question. There we go. I mean, his undefeated is level 15, so yeah. That also breaks our cooldown, interesting. But like all of the weird translations we've been kind of subject to with this Taiwanese release will definitely stay. I mean, the whole like Big Brother thing, like obviously the milk stuff, like all of that is here to stay for sure. Is it normal I need to recollect all the traces on an alt? You don't need to. I mean, you can, right? But you don't need to. You just basically, once you reach, I think it's like level 15 or something, right? When you reach the quest that teaches you about the altar with the feathers, when you're in the altar menu, on the bottom left, there's a sync button, and clicking the sync button gives you all of the feathers. It automatically collects all the feathers for you, and then you just click on the upgrade button, and you're basically done. But you have to sync it manually, and you have to sync it in both altars, the Old Guard one and the Abyss one, and or the Verderon one, depending on faction. Like, it doesn't automatically give you all of the levels. You will still have to manually like spam F at the thing. Yeah, no problem. It's a bit of a... It's not very instinctive. Like when you think feather sync, you would think that it just automatically gives everything to you, but you do have to go press the sync button and obtain the levels manually on every character still. One thing I like about Iron 2 is when they said they had to nerf PvP gear because it'd be less effective. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty common complaint. And I have a feeling they will eventually do something about it. Like, especially when we get the new sets next week, and people start crafting these and using them in PvP, I think people are gonna lose their mind at how powerful they're going to be in PvP, so hopefully something happens then. I mean, hey, with the next dev live, maybe they're gonna address it because the sets will be right around the corner. Like, I do think that if they want to address it, they kind of have to do it preemptively before people craft the new set. Yeah, here's to hoping, right? Early. Now, I will say one thing. I logged into Iron 1 to capture some B-roll for the next video I'm making. Yeah. I will say it takes checking out Iron 1 again to realize that they did quite a decent job when it comes to like how fluid and everything the movement feels in Iron 2. Because like Iron 1 is still unrivaled on a couple of things, but I mean they genuinely did a good job with the movement and how fluid transitioning between like grounded and flight and everything is on Iron 2. Like they genuinely did a good job. You kind of gotta give it to them as to how natural everything feels, right? Like I did not remember flight controls being this rough in Iron 1. You know what I mean? Like. It took a bit of a brain shift to go back on Iron 1 mode. Only if they could design classes well. Yeah, that is another problem, isn't it? I mean, I do think they did a good job with some aspects of classes, but they have been patching things to death a lot with this game. Yeah. They kind of got lost along the way with oversimplifying and everything. Iron 2 flying and descending is really smooth. Control of Iron 2 has been washed down to like... I mean, I think that's okay because even though it's less buttons, like the CPM is still quite high, right? And or the APM, I guess. And also there's additional buttons, right? Like there's the procs, there's defiance, there's additional buttons, right? So it's not quite 8 or 12 buttons, it's more than that. Like I think the game can function just well with that. It's just that certain things are going a little bit too far, for sure. And I do hope they tone back a bit on the oversimplification and the over dualization of everything. Which, by the way, I logged on to Ion Classic, right? The current one now, Ion Classic. They turned a few skills from Ion 1 into their Ion 2 equivalent, which... I mean, maybe we'll explore this in a bit later, but it is a bit funny to see. What's the point of 12 buttons if you're using only 4? At least you're using 4, dude. Some classes are stuck using 1 now. Like, that's fucking tragic. That is one thing they can't fucking, like, stick with. They're gonna have to go back and fix that, dude. Like, there's no way. What's bad is I have one ult at level 35, same as my main class now. Yeah. Maybe you need to stop playing characters, dude. Like they're onto you. They're making everything stupid. They say, oh, there's a fucking stupid American playing this class. Yeah. Just make them one button thing. It's the same button too. I mean, it is fundamentally the same design, right? It was fundamentally the same change, except even more stupid. Only complaint with Cleric Stigma is the resting mass. Feels so bad to use a Stigma slot for it. Yeah, in general, I do think some utility skills could be just set to be default things, right? I think there's definitely room to expand on class design by making some skills like baseline. I think every class has a stigma like that should be baseline. You know what I mean? Could be way worse, yeah. That's a pity. I mean, I already had got daggers on this character though, so. I'll just grab this. I will see. I'll let them cook for a little bit, although I will be making that video, as I said, to complain about some aspects that I don't really see them changing anytime soon. But yeah, hopefully they have something in they have something planned in when it comes to the PvP and PvE separation, because simply changing the formula between the two is not going to be enough. We need a full-on separation of like skill tooltips between the two, regardless of how they do it, right? There's multiple ways they could engage in that specific problem. The first obvious one would just be to have a baseline tooltip, and then have the rest of the tooltip indicates that it does something in PvP or in PvE. Or I guess something else they could do would be to, like, you know, the perks, the skill perks, just have like 2 different sets of skill perks, with one of them leaning more into PvP and one of them leaning more into PvE, and then they just like let us customize our shit for both scenarios, since we have presets, right? Because that's another thing you need to keep in mind, right? Like, this game released without presets, but now we have presets, so they could do shit like this where we have like drastically separate specs between PvE and PvP, right? Like that would be one way they could also address it. You could do a PvP skill tree with PvP skills. Yeah. Just like straight up have separate skills, right? Like it is an option. In general, I do think some of the baseline stuff can be kept as is. I do think they need to do a very drastic separation between PvE and PvP, because this is a 12 buttons, like 12 buttons on the skill bar type game. And it's gonna be very difficult to have every skill do the exact same thing between PvE and PvP when both of these activities require you to do very specific and unique things, right? Like virtually any and all CC is kind of useless in PvE, whereas in PvP you want to do more than just press a button and do damage, right? So they really need to separate them more, regardless of how they do it. I think they should remove specific skills from Ring, Earring, Arcana. Just let us roll extra skill point and level shit as we want. On one front, I do agree with that. On the other front, they're not gonna do that because that would make it... I guess that would make it like too simple, you know? Like they want you to reroll your shit to infinity to get the exact shit you need, right? So... Super geared rangers need on right mouse button PvP? Yeah. I mean, many such cases, right? It's just that the DPS classes in general, for the most part, now, not all of them, right? But for the most part, the DPS classes are just like XD, I do damage, and I hope the enemy dies before they kill me, right? Like, there's a reason why support classes are kind of thriving right now. And are also the most fun classes to play. Well, except for Chanter now, I guess. And it's because you actually have to use your whole kit, and you actually have the tools. You have the tools to do like more than just damage in PvP. I guess perfectly roll now. I'm never going to reroll now. No. I mean, I think they're just having you spend reroll material like otherwise, right? Whether it's by burning your gold gear for inheritance or potential or what have you, and then the assumption here is that you're eventually going to have to transition over to the higher tier of gear. And you will have to do it all over again, right? But I don't disagree with you in the sense that, and that is another video I want to make, by the way. Like, and we've had this discussion on stream a couple of days ago. It's system bloat. This game is already falling into that pitfall of having too many systems with the systems, whereas they could very easily simplify a lot of the systems to be functionally identical, but to be a lot less bloated, right? Because that is a problem that this game is falling into, and it's only gonna get worse from here. Orange gets solo drop rate, we get so many sing stones. I mean, it's not so much about the drop rate, it's about they intend for you to be making crafted gear and eventually transition into high commanded gear, right? And when that happens, you have to redo everything from scratch. And even though we get many stones, because just by essence of the fact there's more soulbind slots and shit right to roll, it's gonna be difficult to roll everything. But either way, I don't disagree, right? And in general, the soulbind system is my least favorite system in the game, like by far. It's kind of not even close. And like, there's a couple of systems I dislike in this game, but the soulbind system is up there for sure. Roll for it and transfer. I mean, not really, right? Because dungeon gear you're gonna keep using for PvE, and then for PvP you're gonna need to do it all over again, which is basically what we've had to do with season 2 and the separation of PvP and PvE gear, right? You do have to keep the both of them separate. I'm only talking about PvE? Yeah, I mean, if you're just talking about a strict upgrade within the same category, then yeah, sure. Although you will still have to do a few rerolls in the sense that crafted will have additional soulbind slots, and then you have the Philistine slot to roll as well. Which is probably one of the main reasons why the Philistine system exists. If TTK would be longer, maybe right mouse button can work. Yeah, but okay, here's the thing, Thrice. If they make the TTK longer, they're gonna run into another problem where those classes that are designed like this are not gonna function anymore. You know what I mean? So, and this is kind of the baseline of the fact that they need to stabilize the TTK and then they need to do very drastic systematical changes and differentiation and separation between PvE and PvP. Because if you make the TTK longer, then Sorc, Ranger, Gladiator, all of these classes, they stop working. You know? Like if you make the TTK like Iron 1 tier, you're not killing anyone anymore. Like potion sustain is gonna be stronger than your fucking damage, you know? Because Iron 1 was all about pinning people down, getting them backed into a corner and getting a CC that can't be removed eventually, right? To then allow for a burst window and to kill the person. And then with some classes it's gonna be even worse, right? Like if you're fighting a support class like a Templar or a Cleric or something like that, then those classes are going to become invincible unless you give those DPS classes more tools to mitigate the amount of sustain these classes have, right? So yeah, they're just gonna have that. The change is not as simple as just changing one thing, basically. Then look it up this way. Yeah, I mean, and look, at the end of the day, a lot of these classes do have the tools, right? They do already have the tools in their kit, especially on the Stigma side. But a lot of those tools are gonna need to be made a lot more readily available. Like a lot of those stigmas are gonna need to be baseline skills. You know what I mean? In many cases, like Elementalist is gonna need to have the seal. The seal be a baseline skill. Like Sorc is gonna need to have like the polymorph be a baseline skill. Ranger is gonna need to have the seal and maybe like a trap or like the airbind trap or whatever, like be a baseline skill. Like they're gonna need more help, and some skills are gonna need to be modified, because it is fine to have a nuke button, right? Like Inferno or the charge, the skill that is not charging anymore on Ranger and Ancient Spirit on Sam and so on and so forth, right? But the nuke skill should be the reward for pinning the target, right? So you need more than that. You need more than that. But yeah, those are kind of topics I kind of want to talk about on YouTube as well, right? Just like open topics, discuss about bigger problems at hand with the game, right? Even though I'm probably screaming into a vacuum right now, because obviously the devs are not going to be listening to a dickhead foreigner that gets 500 views, but these are still topics that I very much care about when it comes to this game. Why me? Long time till global, maybe these hopes for that changes? Yeah. I mean, I sincerely hope so. And at the end of the day, as I said, the separation of the PvP and PvE damage formula is the beginning. Because again, it's very much going to open Pandora's box when it comes to differentiation and separation of the two. But it starts with DTK. Do you want to do Cradle and dramatically all quest? Oh boy. Oh, brother. I mean, sure, yeah. I mean, I'm probably not rifting. Like, I'm just hard focused on doing PvE right now because of next week, right? But we can do that. Yeah, I mean, we can. Maybe Raiden also needs it. I don't know if Raiden still needs those achievements. Do we need to do this on the hard mode, or can we do it on the normal mode? I forgot. Do riffing with plus 20 accuracy. I mean, there's just kind of no point in me doing riffing right now, because fucking every PvP play on Kasaka is banned. So there's no PvP. Like I'm literally just wasting my time doing PvP this week. With this server matching. On mode, okay. I need, but I can't be bothered. I mean, you might as well jump on the opportunity. If we're gonna be doing it with 2 juiced assassins, like, now is the time, you know what I mean? So, you know. It is your call, but... Let me exit this. And then afterwards we can do some more, like, juiced old stuff. Alright. Cool. I guess I can replace this. Yeah, sure. +5 anyway, so I might as well. Only sub, but free to play, as I know I'm tier now. How do you solve the Odell problem? Do you actually get the Odell? I just buy it. Full stop. I just buy it. It used to be very expensive, so I kind of had to stop buying it to because basically you refund yourself by running the dungeons anyway. So you're basically just sacrificing a small part of it and then getting your kina back. But at some point it was too expensive for me to do that, but now it's like 1.5k each, so it more than pays for itself. Yeah. Good, I'm going in it. Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to blow up through mobs, so I mean, it's up to you, right? Just let me know. It's this fella, Lensing. I feel like this guy has been AFK mounted here for like a few days. I feel like I've seen this guy constantly by hunting cubes. Give me a sec. Yeah, take your time, take your time. Not feeling much of anything today. Have left me in a mood. I mean, I don't think it's gonna take us this long, right? I would assume. Like, obviously it is killing all mobs, so it's probably gonna take us anywhere between half an hour to an hour to complete everything, but you know. Won't take long at all? Yeah. I just don't care. Alright, up to you. Although if you don't come, I'm probably gonna give lead to Sakura, so you can like post a proper like Chinese message that lets people know that that's what we're doing. If we want to grab a last, it might take a bit. Yeah, I mean, especially the whole shtick about killing mobs underwater and everything, it's gonna take forever, right? All mobs include fish. Yeah. I mean, all mobs is all mobs, you know? So yeah, I am fully aware, but I suppose we will be doing this. There's no time like the present, right? I mean, I don't know if anybody in chat also wants to tag along for this. As a final compadre. Alright. I'll give you lead just so you can make a proper recruitment message that just informs people that this is what we're doing. Because if I write it in English, nobody's gonna understand that. But we can start without the final person though. So let me turn these on, I guess. Oh yeah, by the way, you wanna hear something funny, chat? So I decided to use a couple of my Cleric mats to craft Star Dragon shit to sell. So I made a god, which it still hasn't sold, XD. But I also crafted a ring, and I failed the craft of the ring. So I lost like 10 mil. I guess I was due at some point. It's just a bit funny that it happened on this. Like a Star Dragon ring of all things. I mean, better than the ring than the god, you know? I'd have a transfer ASAP, the silver blows. I mean, that might be the reason why the person who sold you the account left. Figure out the bounding situation? I mean, they've got the bounding situation figured out, just not for our region. I don't know why, but then again, they do need to do some fundamental changes to combat bots a bit better than they are right now. We can probably just enter as is, right? Yeah, you can just make us enter. And then whoever wants to join us will eventually join us, I guess. But they just need to nuke. They need to nuke the mobile client on Taiwan. I think the solution can... Yeah. I mean, they need to take something that is appropriate for the region, and I think it begins by just nuking mobile for Taiwan. Like, I think mobile can be appropriate for Korea, especially with the measures they have, right? But it can't stay on Taiwan. Like, that much is obvious. It's pretty cool that you can speak Chinese. Yeah. I need to learn another language, man. Wasn't that mobs here? I don't know why I remember that being mobs. I guess it's only in the second body of water. Also, does the old mob thing count the mini-bosses? Like, do we have to do the mini-bosses on the way? I mean, I guess we might as well, right? I mean, you know what? We might as well just clear the dungeon as normal, right? Am I on PvE tab? Yes, alright. I guess we can just like kind of pull everything together, right? Just drag these. Yeah. This guy is a chanter, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull everything from the next room as well. Probably also assumes the eggs. Also, you have you have the loot debuff, so I guess. So isn't it that if someone has the loot debuff, you can't, like, no one in the group can obtain like high tier gear or whatever it is? I don't remember. Okay, do we clear the mini boss? You probably do, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, I gotta say that was not in my plans for the night, but Gotta do it at some point, I suppose. I mean, it's especially not a bad idea because we don't know what the accuracy requirement is going to be for Sanctuary anyway, so might as well get every single little inches. I think I need to kill all the spawn ads on last boss too. I think I would assume that as long as the eggs are gone, right, regardless of how you get rid of the eggs. Oh yeah, it worked for him, but not for me. That's a 200 ping moment. I think that as long as the eggs are gone, I think it counts probably. I'm pretty sure it just counts the eggs and the mobs inside of the eggs as like the same entity for this kind of purpose. And for all we know, it just doesn't count any of the bosses and mini bosses, right? It might just be trash and only trash. So the achievement might get validated before we even reach the final boss, as soon as we're done with the underwater stuff. I mean, this is not taking that long, I guess, all things considered. Like this isn't a very like big instance or anything. Now, hopefully we don't forget about anything. I mean, I'm assuming it's pretty straightforward, but I do guess like stuff like the eggs on the ground also count, so if we forget a random fucking egg in instance, it could be bad. Oh yeah, also I am now using the second scale I got the other day. How the fuck did I get outdanked so fast? I mean, I guess from the puddle. I'm using the second scale from yesterday to get Divine Aura level 20 in PvE as well, so we got that out of the way, I suppose, until I fully quote-unquote fix my Arcana situation. At least I have this band-aid solution. Because I don't really need level 20 Defiance on PvE anyways. It'd be nice if you guys could find them up anywhere also other than the puddle of bad on the ground. It's gonna die faster than the double scythe. Yes. Love to see that. Love this mechanic. Okay, so I'm assuming we also killed everything on this side, right? That was the two Dratonas. Good freeze, good freeze. Can you tell I just turned on the game? Alright, so these should be the final stretch. Don't stray too far away from me, I guess, so I can just like help you when you're drowning. Although these are probably gonna die really fast, yeah. Expectedly so. This underwater combat. Look at this completely underutilized game mechanic for some reason. I'm genuinely wondering why they're just not utilizing underwater combat like at all in this game. Even though it's there, you know, they could use it. Okay. Well, I guess that's everything, so I guess it does count the final boss then. Interesting. I need to finish rocking chair. What the fuck is rocking chair? Is it account universal? Brother, you wish. Brother, you wish this shit was account wide. I'm just gonna take it, dude. Fuck this. Yeah, Isalon with the big host. Also, I was right up against the boss and I got feared. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, thanks for the host, dude. Hope you had a good stream. You are catching me doing the best achievement in the game. That involves killing every single monsters in dungeons to get 10 accuracy. That is the most Korean MMO shit you will ever see in your life. So yeah, we are finishing up with Dramata, and we'll be doing Cradle next. And hello Starbo, hello Nikkei. Hope you fellas are doing great today, tonight, or whatever time zone you're in. Now the question is, do we have to manually kill all of the mobs, like all of the ads, or is it fine if we just like kill the Vati and they despawn? I guess we'll see. I mean, I'm assuming that it only counts the Vati as being a monster, right? Probably doesn't count the ads, but I guess we're about to find out. Non-zero chance we might have to redo the entire thing, XD. You drew a great sword drop on my Cleric yesterday. Well, ain't that something? I mean, at least, I guess that gives you a potential pity item to get the mace later on. You know, that's, I suppose, if you actually want to use that. Ban him. True. Being lucky is illegal, by the way, in this chat. It's only a me thing. Also, what the fuck, dude? That's that. Okay, so did that count? Yeah, it did. Alright. Great. Excellent. So I guess on to Cradle now. I got a Philistone, brother. Okay. Well, you'll have to see that. Being lucky is exclusive to me. You're not allowed to be lucky as well. Get his ass. Should drop a chest to pick your weapon. I mean, it functionally kind of does the same because of the fact that if you get the weapon that isn't from your class, you can just change it with a pity ticket, right? So, you know. I mean, there is a fee, but functionally it kind of does the same. I got boots. Damn, redid. That was the most worth fucking run of this we ever did. Somehow. Is it to get a weapon to begin with? Yeah. I got absolutely nothing wrong. You got 10 accuracy and you should be thankful. It's not about the Philistines, it's about the friends you made along the way. Also, it's not just 10 accuracy. It gets expanded by precision as well, so, you know, it's pretty cool. My idea got you a Philistine? I suppose. Should I be thankful? Maybe. Am I gonna say thanks? No. Alright, now, you know what? Let's just get a second Philistine out of this. So we actually unlock a slot just from running these, you know? That'd be nice. We got a third assassin. Incredible. Rolled off all the accuracy on my PP. I'm going straight evasion. Oh, Godspeed, soldier. I hope it works out for you. Also, I hope the upcoming dev live is not gonna reserve another surprise to you. A very ass assassin? I mean, it's implied in the name, right? I mean, I don't think it matters anyways. Like, just the three of us got this, you know? Also, first time of the day loading Cradle. See you guys in 15 minutes. We actually have to kill these. Dude, we're actually gonna have to do the jumping puzzle. I mean, I guess we can just like glide and then do it in reverse. That would probably be a time save to do it in reverse. Gonna explore areas of this dungeon never explored before. Of course, there's flying shit as well. Brother. Evasion attack is better. No evasion attack is better. I mean, I know some people are running full glass cannon on rangers and assassin, but I mean, I guess it depends on what you're doing. Like, I have seen a decent amount of like evasion with no other layer of defense, and then the rest on like pure offense, right? In arena. I don't know how it's been working out for them. I don't think they know if it's been working out for them, honestly. Yeah, let's just do it in reverse. Like, just go this way. Yeah, nice ambush. Just go this way and then glide back on the boss platform, kill the boss, and then work in reverse, right? Probably faster to do so. Double fireball on that peninsula. Alright. They nerf evasion. They didn't nerf evasion. They gave more accuracy to people. But assassin can still reach much higher evasion than the majority of people will have accuracy, basically. Like, if you actually hard send evasion, you can get like above 3.5. You can touch like stuff like 3.8 evasion. And if you have this kind of evasion, people are still gonna evade you just fine. Yeah, I mean, we just do the boss and then we work in reverse, right? I mean, just do the boss while we're here, though. Oops. I hate you guys. I hope that wasn't too noisy. But yeah, it is up in the air. Although I will say you also do have to account for the fact that the TTK is going to change at some point in the near future, right? So you kind of have to prep for at least some sort of layer of defense, because if you go full glass cannon, when the TTK change hits, you're gonna be left kind of stranded, because your glass cannon build isn't going to kill people as fast anymore, right? And then you're gonna be left just with nothing to defend yourself. So I do think even if just to plan for the future, like investing in some sort of defense layer is still gonna be worth it. Also, you know how builds also work around like the meta and what people are doing. Just by essence of the fact there's gonna be less people wanting evasion, there's also gonna be less people wanting accuracy, right? So because of that, evasion is in instance gonna remain viable just because of this fact. Now that being said, there is a decent amount of skills that just outright ignore evasion, but that's just something that you're gonna have to deal with. Yeah, I have 30 seconds cooldown on res, so but we also have to see how these skills like stand the test of time after the changes. Like assuming they do bigger changes than just TTK changes, right? I can raise you guys in 2 seconds. There you go. Alright, let's jump down and kill these. Full attack is 8.8, full evasion is 7.8, 7.5. Yeah, the difference isn't like that massive. But you're dropping a full-on layer of defense, which might work out now, but it's definitely gonna bite you in the ass long term. And like, unless you're some sort of giga whale with an infinite amount of time, I don't think it's really worth to be yo-yoing your build that much. Like, it's better to play safe. Also, having some sort of layer of evasion immediately filters out like newer and lower gear players. But yeah, at the end of the day, regardless of what anyone says, like I don't think anyone has the exact answer. I don't think there's a wrong answer, right? But personally, considering the fact that TTK is about to change, I don't know that full glass cannon is going to be viable long term. So, and evasion is still good in other content live, right? Like evasion is good in PvE as well. Answer, Mr. Streamer, I know pygmy. Yes. Go on. Yeah, there's one here. Oh, that is so fucking annoying. How the fuck are we supposed to hit these? Aha. Nerve-glad? True. Okay, but for real though, how the fuck are we supposed to kill these? Oh wait, why the fuck does it say 40 meters and I can hit them? That's fucked. No path to the destination, halting movement. And on this one is fucked. Okay, maybe jumping on this rock, I guess. I suppose. Come on, just climb. No. This tip maybe? Bro. How the fuck do we reach this? Ah, there we go. Got his ass. I think that's all of them, right? Did you fall down? Unfortunate. Yeah, I think that's all of them, right? I mean, I guess we'll figure it out anyways. I don't believe there's any mobs on like those floating rocks, is there? These are probably just purely decorative. I mean, I wouldn't put it past NC South to have mobs on those, but I'm pretty sure there's none. Yeah, no red dots, no markings on map. I think we're good. Okay. There's nothing down there on the left, right? There would be a spot to put mobs down there. You know, I'm gonna check. I don't trust it. No, no one. We're good. All right, cool. I'll wait for you guys to activate this. Low-key surprised at how nice they're being with these. I mean, obviously the mob flying over the void was not necessarily the nicest thing, but I would have expected them to put like packs of mobs in out of the way spots more so than this. But hey, I guess NC South is in their nice era. Just the way you gain stigmas, all dungeons through drop shards. I mean, I guess all of the dungeons they are really seeing like within the end game do give stigma shards now, so it's not all bad. But I guess it wouldn't necessarily hurt to also put stigma shards on the older dungeon, even if it's just like one or something. Although I don't think it's that big of a problem. Like you already gain a bunch of stigma shards from the newer conquest dungeons, which was the important one. Like the main change I would like to see when it comes to endgame dungeon loot would be the filler stones, just giving you like filler stone fragments, just so you're guaranteed a certain amount of filler stones after a certain amount of runs, as opposed to just purely relying on luck, right? Because like you're looking at potentially like over 30 pieces of equipment that you need to unlock slots on, right? So, and then plus gear upgrades where you're gonna have to reopen them every time. So yeah, I think having some sort of guarantee on the Philistine system, like you can keep the RNG as well, right? But have some sort of guarantee, like once every 20 dungeons or something, you are guaranteed one Philistine. I don't think that would be too outlandish, you know what I mean? Damn, all of you fucking died. That's crazy. This guy died really fucking fast. I gotta say. I guess you weren't lying when you said that he was the assassin. We might be able to kill this before the mechanic goes off, actually. I mean, better safe than sorry. I can see this being a disaster. Alright guys, don't do anything stupid. I'm stunned. Pets, it takes time when you get something. I mean, the pets are like kind of a non-factor now. I wouldn't even say the pets are taking time, to be honest. Like if you're running a couple of revolts, like you're probably, even going from scratch, you're probably reaching full level 5 on pets within like 2 weeks. Then the Genius stuff happens, right? And the Genius Insight is another system I'm not the biggest fan of. He's doing less DPS than you. Well, that is information. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that information, but now it is in my possession. Although 18k as an assassin is crazy, especially since I'm assuming this guy is Chinese, so probably has lower than 200 ping. Like, I'm pretty sure my alt assassin is doing more than 18k. Alright, so that should be everything. I mean, you do have like a bit of extra time after you kill the boss, right? Like the game doesn't outright kick you after 5 minutes or something, right? So worst case scenario, I guess we can just turn back and check. Now here comes my second Philistone. Coming right up. Damn, that one-shot me? Holy moly. Damn, that one-shot me? Holy moly. I mean, I guess we don't have damage tolerance, so it somewhat makes sense, but taking 29k from that is a bit wild. I'm gonna wait after the cradle. Let's not do something stupid. Alright. The boss has a grudge. Yeah. That's just my ass being reckless because I'm assuming I'm not gonna get punished. You know how it'd be. Yeah, that puddle placement was a bit unfortunate, to be honest. You leave me alone, brother. Holy. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is exactly why we typically have some sort of damage tolerance within the group. Yeah, because it is a little bit like ruthless otherwise. Alright, there we go. Death sweep 1. Okay, so we actually got it. Nice. I guess that's that. You should get another Filosoto? Nah, I didn't get anything. Unfortunately. I mean, given the performance, I guess it's only fair I don't get anything. Ah, nice. I mean, I'm down to run more Cradle, if you guys want, by the way. Like, I do still need to run a few Cradles this week. I have 7 more to run, actually. But if you want to run a few more Cradles, I'm down. Otherwise, we can run some Transcendence as well. I do have to run some Transcendence. Never lucky, man. Never any Radiant. Feels bad. We're not keeping this motherfucker. That's a given, obviously, right? I'm just saying in general, if you want to run more Cradles, I'm down. Restart the group? Yeah. I mean, just grab anything with damage tolerance, right? Anything that makes it so we don't get one shot. I mean, ultimately, I mean, if you want to make the group, I'll be lazy. I appreciate being lazy. Also, I missed Nama today. I wasn't here, so I guess I'm crafting silver metal chests. I suppose. Let me see. Oh, well. For once. Are we doing Transcendence? Whichever. I'm down to do whichever. I think Transcendence I can do like 11 more or something, and then Cradle I can do 7 more. So, whichever you want to run. I need to run both anyways before the end of the week, so doesn't make any difference to me, one way or another. There you go. I never got any piece of like armor from this. One day perhaps. And this shit dropped. I'm just gonna undercut. And also, wait, I stashed my Kina by accident. XD. Yeah. I'll just undercut both. Let me just take this. I mean, I guess I can undercut my my guard as well at this point, right? Let me see. There's probably some dickhead that undercut by like 3 mil, as they do, you know. Let me check the Star Dragon guard situation. Weapon guard 30. Okay, I mean it's not. I can probably just wait it out, right? How many are there? PvP glad? Yeah. I mean, I basically just need to wait for this one to sell, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. Because, like, putting this shit for sale is like 600k or something. Like, fuck that. But, I mean, either way, by the way, if you can, try to grab something that provides damage tolerance. It's just preferable, right? Like, I do have a bunch of stones, and I don't mind using them, but if I can not get one shot on shit, that is preferable. Buy the cheap one? Brother, do you think I'm made out of money? what do you think we're doing here? Like, that would be a raw loss for me. I'm just gonna wait for this other guy to sell. That's fine. Just buy everything. True. Just inflate the entire market and then immediately get undercut by someone who crafted without realizing the market changed. Just get down a spiral. You know what? This is gonna be the first reason why I'm swiping. I'm gonna swipe to buy at the market to resell and lose money. Yeah. Never take financial advice from the French. I mean, I guess if we run a couple, I might actually break into 3.7 with this. Like, I need 4 more boards, right? And you better fucking believe that even if I can craft 4 out the gate to just break through, I'm still gonna gamble that shit. This is a gambling household. Also, I'm literally 1 node away from getting this, so yeah, probably better to run this right now. How many more can I run? Oh, there we go. 3.5 Chanta. Did you check this guy's gear? Ah yes, first time entering Transcendence today. See you in 15 minutes once again. What are we working with? Well, he has 1 penalty. Yeah. Oh well. What is this guy doing? Yeah, just let him go. We don't need that guy. Alright. I was checking this guy's mental level. I'll get you out. But yeah, like, I sincerely hope that Sanctuary next week is not going to be 3.8, like, because I can technically push 3.8, right? I have like 80 quote-unquote free eye level I can get from eye bolts, but bro, I don't want to fucking spend 100 mil on eye bolts, dude. Don't make me do that. Just be 3.7. Like, I don't mind not clearing the full thing on the first week, but at least let us clear the first 2 mini bosses, you know? Yeah. Also, I have a hunch Sanctuary might not be the only thing coming out next week. I think they are reserving a surprise. Because the end of the season is too close, considering the amount of dungeons we have in the client, and we haven't seen everything, right? So I have a hunch there's gonna be a regular conquest dungeon coming out as well. If not next week, then the week after that. Also, that's fucked up. I guess I'm dead. Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna race at the beginning. I can just go on the side. Do you remember if Sanctuary was released right away with the game, or was it open a couple of weeks after? The first Sanctuary was available right away. It took a little bit for like the first people to go inside of it, because the eye level was quite steep for the very beginning of the game, but it was here on release, yeah. I brought some friends. Don't be afraid. Be not afraid. But yeah, Season 1 definitely did a bit of an oopsie. Everything was available from the get-go. Like, everything. Nothing was gated. Which is why I do think that when the game comes out in global, and if we do go through the seasons the same way we did here, albeit on an accelerated schedule, I do think they're gonna drip feed the content the same way they are in season 2. They're gonna gate everything, right? Because releasing everything from the get-go was definitely a mistake, in my opinion. It just made people skip steps, right? Especially on the whaling side. Like, I genuinely think there is a whole bunch of fucking content right now that they already have finished, right? Like, the content is ready to come out, but they're just withholding just to drip feed and to make sure we don't speed through everything too fast. I wouldn't be surprised if even like a good chunk of season 3 content is already done, right? And at this point they are just prepping the expansion. Just prepping the expansion and just doing like live updates based on player feedback and other miscellaneous stuff like the PC UI, right? Speaking of, guys, can you believe the PC UI is coming next week? That's crazy, right? Surely it's actually coming out next week. It's been 3.5 months. Please, I need this. Please. I think PC UI is a lie. Okay. I think PC UI is not a lie, but I think it's not gonna be the overhaul that we are necessarily waiting for. You know what I mean? I think the quote-unquote PC UI is gonna be a revamp of a couple of UI elements, and it's mainly going to be the modulable main UI. Like, you know, being able to move shit around on your default HUD, right? Like move around and customize, resize. What would you expect of the PC UI? Well, exactly what I just said. I genuinely think that some stuff will get like slightly revamped, but I think the biggest part of the PC UI, quote unquote, is going to be the modulable like main interface. Yeah. Which, you know, I would be happy enough with this, although I do hope that some of the UI at large is going to get a bit more flair, a bit more life breathed into it, you know, something that makes you say, yeah, this is IN2's UI, right? Because I do think the UI is very like safe right now. It's very simple. It doesn't really breathe like, yeah, this is this game, you know what I mean? Whereas even like Throne and Liberty, right? Like, as much as I like to shit on Throne because it's genuinely a terrible game, at least, especially over time, like the UI on Throne eventually evolved to be its own thing and like fairly competent. So I hope we can reach that. I hope we can reach that point with this game. Yeah. I don't play a lot of games, so I don't see the issue with the UI. The thing with the UI in this game is that it's not complete dog shit, right? It is serviceable, but it is definitely missing a few. It is definitely missing a few like key aspects, and it is missing a bit of personality as well. Most stigma slots. I mean, that's more on the. That is more on the whatchamacallit. the systematical aspect, right? Which I don't disagree with, right? I definitely think there is room for one more stimulus slot, but that would be more so a big update kind of thing, right? But yeah, I do think there is some sort of like big UI update that is coming, but I don't think it's gonna be the revamp people are waiting for. Although, you know, in some aspect they will have to revamp a few things, like even just on the modulable side of things, right? Like they would have to redo something for the UI to be properly modulable, but yeah. This guy is struggling a little bit. How many CD reduction do you have? Like CDR? Like illusion and stuff? I think I have 35%. I'll tell you after this. Remind me after the boss is dead. But I mean, I have basically like as much as I can get. Being the peasant that I am. I can probably just check here, right? My thing actually missed. Let's see. What is CDR on this? Got it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 35%. There you go. Oh, 35.6 to be more exact. There's always someone ahead of me. I just need to go to the opposite side of the arena. That's what I need to do. I mean, at the end of the day, we are covering for everything anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. So. Excellent dodge. But I could have a bit more illusion, right? I am mainly missing a bit of illusion on my Pantheon. Because my paintings are not like as juiced as they could be, but I kind of don't want to land on that. I'm kind of gonna take my time because the puddle situation is crazy. There we go. I'll get you guys up. Like realistically, it's probably like fairly easy to be above 40%, especially if you have like neutral bracelets and stuff, right? I mean, maybe not easy, but at least doable, you know? I wish this scoreboard would not appear. Illusion can be gained only by Pantheon and Arcanus. Bracelets as well. Sanctuary bracelets. Like, I have gold bracelets right now, right? But if I had... whatchamacallit? If I had Ludra bracelets, I would have 6 more. Yeah. It is not doable? 40% is not doable? Alright, fair enough. I would have assumed that with full Pantheon plus bracelets plus juicing every single inch of Arcana and everything, it might have been doable, but... 40% is the amount you would have if you got full gold illusion painting. One is 70 million to 200 million Kina. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so you know, I'm fine enough with my 35-36%. my peasant ass is satisfied with this. Doable if you have a lot of money. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of whales that they got it. Yeah, 35% is good enough. Just buy more money. It is so simple. That's true. Yeah, you know what? Let me buy real life money with Kina. How about that? Let me do the conversion on in the other direction. That is called RMT. Yeah. Unfortunately, it is legal. Sweatshirt leather for Kina, yeah. Do you have any of the PvE gear crafted? Yeah, I have full accessories, weapon, guard. Crafted by myself at the beginning of season 2 because I had PvP gear and I had to get out of it. Now, I made all of it before they added the guaranteed craft, so, you know, I had a few fails and so on and so forth, but nowadays, with all of the bound mats and the guaranteed craft, like, it is genuinely very easy. Genuinely very easy to at least get the bare minimum when it comes to crafted gear. IMO, especially if you're on alt. Like, especially if you run alt and you have, get a bunch of, like, bound mats, it's pretty fucking easy. And even if you just like buy the gear from the auction house, like it is so much cheaper now because so many people are just like crafting the gear with bound mats to sell that it is much cheaper to buy the end product than it is to buy and craft yourself. So yeah, basically only craft if you have bound mats. Any potential increased PvE accessories? You can only potential up dungeon gear, so no crafted gear. Bruh. Yeah. Like the entire point of the potential system is just to bring dungeon gear to a level closer to that of crafted gear, not to make crafted gear stronger. Although you can use the potential system to enhance your bracelets, which is extra PvE damage we were not able to get before that. Which could be hinting towards the fact that the new sanctuary is gonna allow us to get bracelets with PvE stats, but then again, it's maybe just a system quirk that they added to have just so people who don't need to enhance dungeon gear still have to farm the potential stuff. That is a possibility. What craftable gear you have? Since you craft them, they might not be high level. I have Dark Dragon. Dark Dragon, one Splendid that I procced. Splendid Star Dragon on the rings, Ebony Guard, and Dark Dragon. Ebony Weapon and Dark Dragon Guard. Which is good enough. Like, you don't need more to do PvE in this game, genuinely. Like, maybe in Season 3 I'll do a couple of upgrades, but right now I'm happy with that. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna hit 3.7k combat power, which I'm assuming is gonna be enough to enter the new sanctuary, and then after that I'll slowly get more power creep and eye level creep from getting more eye balls, getting more march weapon boards, and then potentially upgrading my bracelets with the mini bosses from the new sanctuary. So I'll just get my missing eye level to do the end boss like that, no problem, I'm sure. Just use heroic armor for eye level? Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what I'm doing, right? That's what I'm doing. I'm just using orange gear from dungeon to fill in the blank of eye level. And like I have like potential augmentation on my heroic gear, my heroic dungeon gear. So many people with full set Star Dragon armor. I mean, it's probably people that made these early on, right? Just to get the extra passive lines for more DPS, right? But obviously you do lose a bunch of eye level by doing this. Like you're losing at least like 100 to 150 eye level using Star Dragon. How many gears code do you need to do? Hard Dramata and Nihility. I mean, depending on the class, right? Depending on the class, depending on the ping, like as low as 3.2k is enough to do hard mode for those. For most people, I would recommend to be around 3.4. Yeah. Around 3.4 and like have some crafted accessories, weapon guard. Like do your due diligence. For normal mode, you're good at 2.93k. $3.2k Cleric. I mean, 3.2k Cleric you might get away with just getting quote-unquote soft carried by juicy DPS, right? But I would still say that even if you're a support class, just do your due diligence and like get your crafted shit. Contribute properly, you know. Because at the end of the day it does help. And also make sure that all of your group buffing abilities are juiced to the max, right? Get your damage tolerance debuff, specs, and light of protection level 15, 20, so on and so forth. Just do your due diligence, yeah. Need damage on Cleric for PvE just that people think you are worthy. I mean, obviously, right, you can get away with that, but I still think doing your due diligence helps, right? Like, it does help. Like, the difference between having a Cleric that does 10k and having a Cleric that does like 40k in your dungeons, ultimately, you do feel it, right? But just because you play support doesn't mean you get to slack off, basically, is what I'm saying. I don't know if raising you now is a good idea, because I have a feeling you guys are gonna die on the wave again, but I guess the deed is done. Now, obviously, because we have high ping, so on and so forth, there's only so much we can do, but yeah. Like, even for me right now, as far as I'm aware, like, I don't use DPS meter myself, but I've been told that I do around 40 to 50k in instances like Cradle and Dramata, so yeah, that counts for something. On top of all of the power you give to your group. I was spamming Salvation, just didn't go off, XD. It is what it is. If your Cleric doesn't mean you shouldn't damage at all, yeah, exactly. Too many people kind of have this mentality, right? Which is why we have so many shitty Chanters and Clerics and Templars and so on and so forth, right? Now, obviously, your main priority is still to keep the group alive. Damn, I really need to look at the screen. Your priority still is to like keep the group alive and stuff, but you know. Doesn't mean you get to back off on the other side of the spectrum. Big pumper milk, yeah. The nanny is strong. Having Cleric friends must be good. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, right? This is exactly why I decided to play Cleric on Taiwan, because number one, obviously, high latency meant that playing a high APM, high DPS class was going to be a problem. That much was obvious, which is why I didn't play DPS or anything. And then the simple fact that playing on the foreign server, not really being with a squad, having no guarantee that you're gonna be able to find English-speaking people, or that the friends that you play with are gonna stick around for long, right? It is just better to play support by yourself, by yourself, just to make sure that you always have a support with you, which is the exact reason why I play Cleric on this server. And yeah, turns out that genuinely Cleric is probably the best class to be playing as a foreigner, because it's one of the least ping dependent class, and obviously it gets you into groups even through like the racism and so on and so forth, right? Like I definitely haven't felt as much of a burn as a Cleric compared to other classes getting into stuff. Also, you obviously looked with less scrutiny when it comes to like DPS and all that. So, wanna play Cleric now? Do you know what time you're going to be streaming tomorrow? Monday is my break day. I don't stream tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be focusing on working on a video. Like I'm going to try to get a video out tomorrow, so look forward to that. And then I'll be back on Tuesday. XD. Everyone is on the same side again. But yeah, on Tuesday it's gonna be a regular like EU stream, and then there might be a sponsored segment when the servers go down, and then as per usual, as soon as the server go up, I'm gonna be making my patch note and data mining video. Yeah, depending on when it comes up. Got it something tomorrow morning? Yeah. I usually don't stream on Mondays. Now that being said, I haven't taken a break day in like... I looked at my stream dashboard, and apparently I haven't taken a break day since that's an actual spin. Okay, I haven't taken a break day since like the 15th of last month or something. So yeah, I'm kind of due for one. This Monday I will be, although it's not quite gonna be a break day for me, obviously, because I'm gonna be working on a video, right? So, but you know. Oh my goodness. My god, fuck this mechanic, dude. Holy moly. And yeah, maybe towards the back end of Tuesday during the maintenance, I'll do this Call of Dragons sponsorship thing. Do you know? Okay, do you know how much they're paying? They're paying for you to stream the game for 3 hours, dude. They're paying fucking $20. But you know what? I'll be selling my ass, sure. If Iron 2 is down anyways, I might as well. I'm not above it. One whole straw penny. Yeah, exactly. But if you also want to support me without too much effort, you can !COD in chat and just download the game. Simply downloading the game is basically giving me $3. That simple, right? So, and if you want to push further, if you like play the game a little bit, I'm getting supported further. So yeah, feel free. No obligation, no pressure, no nothing. But yeah, if you want to, you can. You can. I play that game? Do you? I mean, I've seen it mentioned in other streams and stuff, and I quickly checked it out because, again, I'm probably gonna set it up to like do a quick sponsored segment this Tuesday. But yeah, it looks like one of those like typical tower defense type games, you know. So if I download the game 1,000 times, get 3,000 schmeckles. It's like IP based and stuff, and there's like anti-fraud stuff, so don't actually do that. It's a fun casual game, but it's a bit pay to win. I mean, yeah, as those types of games are, right? Like, I don't think there's too much of a surprise in that. It is a mobile game with a PC client, so that shit is so easy to bypass. Well, I will not be held accountable for anything you decide to do. Yeah. 80k wouldn't stress too much. I mean, that's more than me. Yo, Sakura, how much DPS am I doing? Lay it on me. Me, the Cleric spamming Radiant Recovery. How much? 10k? 15k? A whole 20k? 32? Whoa, I'm gaming, dude. All of that investment to my PvE gear is paying off. Been playing the game for over a year and a half. Yeah, I mean, I think many people are, right? I mean, again, if they're doing sponsorships, there's probably a reason. Yoda Power, how you doing? Wait, Shadow Legend sponsorship, I'll forgive $40. Yeah, I'm not quite to that point, dude. I'm pretty sure Raid is more selective, you know. Maybe in a year or two. Come back to me then. Selective, I think the only recommend is a pulse. I mean, selective in terms of like viewership and stuff like that, right? Almost 3.7k. Any gear upgrades? Not so much. I mean, beyond the, you know, enhancement. Like I got one of my bracelet to +5. Otherwise, it's mostly market and board and so on and so forth. Like, I'm basically hoping to get a last few boards with these runs to break into 3.7, and then I'll be ready for the new Sanctuary next week. Which, by the way, we have settled on a date with my Sanctuary pre-made. We will be doing Sanctuary 2 on the weekend. We are going to wait for... We are going to wait for people to go inside and figure shit out a little bit before we go in, so this way we save some time, right? Since we're gonna have like limited amount of cooldowns to run, so yeah. Look forward to Sanctuary 2 Prog next weekend with the fellas. It's gonna be quite the juice group, so we should be able to get pretty far, assuming we get a decent amount of info. I can raise you in 2 seconds. There you go. Cannot glide in current state. I'm gonna miss it, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just missing it, dude. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Hopefully the structure in terms of the rewards are gonna be somewhat similar to Sanctuary 1, and we can actually get stuff from the mini bosses. That'd be nice. Because I mean, there is a chance that we're gonna begin prog on the final boss depending on how it goes, but I don't think we have a shot at beating the final boss for a little bit. Now that being said, like some of the people I'm running with are very much juicers and PvE focused, so DPS might be fine, but yeah, it's gonna take a bit of time, I would expect. But yeah, like right now my main goal is going to be to get those 2 mini bosses out of the way as fast as possible. Hopefully I can jump from one group to another to get footage of both. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna be okay with that, but I'll try to get the guide video out, both of the mini bosses, like ASAP. Hopefully within a week of release. That'd be ideal. I'll try. Push comes to shove, I'll just make separate video for each bosses, right? Until I have the proper footage for each, right? So, like, I'll just make a video for the one I did, and then eventually when I get around to doing the other one. I mean, actually, best case scenario, it's not a full split like Sanctuary 1, right? Like, the absolute best case would be if the mini bosses are also 8-man. That would be ideal. This way I get to do both. Hopefully, actually, they did that. Since they kind of moved away from the whole like splitting the group thing on the first Sanctuary with the trash packs and so on. Maybe they just combine both. Like the dungeon did look very linear based on the map data we data mined, right? So that is a chance that is the case. Now, you know what would be funny? Like, you know how they discussed the fact that they are looking into potentially changing the group size to 6, like Iron 1, instead of 4? What would be funny is if they do that alongside the Sanctuary release, and then all of a sudden we are short 4 people. That would be pretty funny. I mean, I would assume that won't do that, because people would genuinely be upset, right? Like, it's already going to be difficult enough to adjust to the new dodging timing that they said they're going to implement alongside next week's patch. Like, that is going to be catastrophic for us with high ping. Devastating, even. I hate the fact that if you have a debuff, even if it's not a debuff that that does damage, it keeps you in combat, dude. This Chandra is making me hella strong. I mean, he does have level 20 undefeated, obviously. I didn't see if he had level 20 Power of the Storms. I mean, I guess we can check at the beginning of next fight. I mean, probably, right? Alright. He's not using Power to Storm yet, so... I mean, he might be on cooldown though, if he used it at the end of this boss. That is a possibility. That is... Yep, Power to Storm is level 20. So he is max stigmas. Which is the reason why he's making it bricked up, I suppose. Debated. By the way, have you gone back to level 4 recently? Because I heard that they made the poison spore undispellable. I don't know if that's true. That would be weird, but I heard someone say that. Just gonna go in reverse. There you go. That is my secret strategy. Someone was telling me that they made the poison spore like undispellable, so you actually have to like respect it after the mini bosses, which I guess doesn't necessarily make that big of a difference, but you know. I don't know if anyone can confirm nor deny. I mean, the thing is, I feel like no one is fucking doing level 4. Like, I was looking at PF the other day, and that shit had like 3 PFs. No one wants to touch it. Like, it's kind of crazy to me. Like, is the DPS check like that bad in level 4 compared to level 3? Because level 3 is kind of free. I don't know. But I guess it's especially free because we have Sakura, but I mean, still. Thanks, sir. I'm a guy that always to smash my fist against things. Surely you can just HP drain 3. Oh wait, no you can't, because HP drain is nerfed in this instance. Get fucked. Yeah. I mean, he's dead though. Yeah. Let's not use a stone for no reason. The thing's open anyways, right? Here it is. What does the storm buff does? It suck your entire dick and balls. That's on the tooltip. You can trust me on this one. It's like reduced CDR, increased attack speed, and like something else that I forgot. I think it gives some stats as well. But the main one is honestly the CDR. Although I guess the attack speed is also quite nice if you have low ping, probably. 150k on the second boss, holy shit, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. That is not okay. Yeah, I mean, Power of the Storm is like the one thing. I mean, I guess obviously Undefeated Mentor is also quite cracked, right? Even ignoring the damage boost, but Power of the Storm is like the really juiced buff that Chanter gives. Leveling add an attack percent modifier. I don't remember either. It might lower the cooldown or something. I don't remember. I mean, I can check on my Chanter afterwards. But yeah, it is cracked. Regardless, it is cracked. Now, I will say that my Earth Grace is quite high level now. It's like level 23, 24, right? So I'm helping, you know? I will take some credit. But I do need to get I do need to get more Earth Grace on my bell as well. Like, basically, bottom line, I need to get myself a PvE Arcana set at some point that is fully invested towards PvE. Like, it's decent right now for PvE, but it is not fully juiced for PvE. I'm helping by not being there. I don't right click at all. Yeah. I got my assassin back to level 16 gold, by the way, so I'm just weaving gold now. And yeah, I mean, even with hyping, weaving gold exclusively is much faster, right? So I can only imagine that with low ping, it's probably kind of insane. I hope they're gonna fix the targeting thing on this boss at some point. It is quite annoying. And I'm assuming it is only annoying on Iron 1 mode. SMH my head. I think on a good day, I'm doing 110, 120 max on. Yeah. I mean, obviously a 0 ping gladiator would be doing a lot more, but I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes to PvE, they should, at the bare minimum, give gladiator a taunt, right? Like an actual like Templar taunt type shit. It would not even like take away from Templar, because like Templar is giving so much more to the rest of the group on top of having stable aggro, right? But like at the bare minimum, gladiator needs a taunt. Like you don't even need to have the same thing as the Templar taunt where it has the 20% damage charge reduction, right? Just give it taunt. Literally just give it taunt. Give a stable aggro tool to gladiator. Right, every other class because they bitch. Every other class provides so much. Yeah, I mean, if gladiator does really good damage, but is also able to keep stable aggro, I think that's good enough, right? Like, if you do a bit more damage than Templar, but you don't have group utility, I think that's okay. But at the bare minimum, like being able to keep aggro, just to fill in the Templar start. Because you could argue that Templar fights. You could make an argument that Templar kind of fights with Chenta first in the group more so than Gladiator, right? Because both of them provide huge damage tolerance to the group, as well as a good helping of DPS support, right? So, bro, help me, thank you. During Storm Icing, then it looks like it has no cooldown. Yep. You know what's fucked, Sakura? During Storm, Marchiton's Wrath, you know the skill that allows them to just spam Dark Rush? That shit has no cooldown. So if they Storm, Wrath, Dark Rush, they can just Marchiton and Dark Rush again. That shit is so stupid. The party Templar does more damage than Gladiator anyways. Perfect group, you take Chenta and Templar. I would expect that at equal juice, Gladiator, and like at equal juice with low ping, Gladiator probably does a bit more damage than Templar, right? Like Templar has really good DPS, don't get me wrong, right? But in terms of personal DPS, I would expect that Gladiator is doing a bit more. Like, see, this is exactly why I want a log comparison website, like something like a fucking MyIon or FF logs or WoW logs, right? This is exactly why I want this, because I want to be able to sit back and analyze shit properly, just to get actual proper information instead of just like word of mouth and trust me bros from other people, you know? Like, this is exactly why. And I hope this game will have that eventually. Templar does crazy DPS. I've seen some crazy shit. I mean, I've seen some crazy shit too, but I would assume that a Horned Dragon Gladiator with 10 ping does more damage than a Templar, than a Horned Dragon Templar with 10 ping. But no, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, right? I'm talking without factoring the DPS you give with Fury, right? With Fury and with Taunt. Because if it doesn't, then it actually doesn't make any sense. Templars with less gear enemy do close to Sakura's damage. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, I don't use a DPS meter, nor do I really trust any of the DPS meters out right now. Like, I just want to see a log analysis website come out to take a look at all this shit. I can't be bothered right now. But maybe, yeah. I mean, I will say that in general, with a lot of like buffs and cast changes and so on and so forth in this game, they have been overcompensating a ton for shit players, and it's been leading to like really lopsided results in scenarios where a good player actually plays the class. I think Elementalist is one of these. I genuinely think a lot of the Elementalist players just suck balls and the class is like secretly cracked. I need to fucking look at the screen, dude. I need to stop doing this. Yeah, I'm just gonna bin this, whatever. Like, I do think a lot of classes are kind of secretly getting overbuffed because of players complaining about issues that don't actually exist. For sure. So just a modem. Yeah, man, I don't disagree. And I mean, also Gladiator should not be one button class in PvE. Like, this is fucking stupid. There's so many wrong with Glad right now, right? And again, just because there's a lot wrong doesn't mean that the class is incredibly weak or completely unusable. It's just bad design, right? Like that's all there is to it, basically. Yeah, I genuinely think Elementalist is like an incredibly juiced class that people are just completely misusing. I am convinced. You cannot convince me that Elementalist is a bad class. Like, some people are bitching about Elementalist, dude. When you look at the kit, when you look at the type of numbers Elementalist pulls in both PvE and PvP, something is awry. Something doesn't add up. I don't know what it is, but yeah. In vacuum, it's fine. Only brings DPS. Yeah. I mean, Gladiator just lacks identity in general. Like, across the board, right? Gladiator just lacks identity. And so I think like most S's can't. Yeah. I mean, Elementalist has an insane kit all around. And again, just because that's the case doesn't mean that the class shouldn't get looked at. Like, I genuinely think a lot of parts of Elementalist are just like very poorly designed, and it should get an overhaul. But broadly speaking, I don't think Elementalist is the worthless class that a lot of people want other to believe. I do think there's a big case of like skill issue happening here, for sure. PvE on Elementalist is sub chill mode, yeah. Like, Elementalist is incredibly easy to grasp, and I do think this is one of the reasons why people get the wrong impression that they're playing it properly and the class is lacking juice, but in reality, I think there's a lot more that can be achieved with the class, you know. What do you prefer in Pantheon, Kaizenol or Zikil and Colossus? Right now I'm running Zikil for the defense percentage, because if I run Kaizenol for the smite, my smite is not high enough for it to matter anyways. So until I juice my smite more, I'm gonna be running Zikil. But obviously if you are juicing smite, then Kaizenol is better. Yeah. Like, no hesitation here. Someone ahead of me again, XD. This kind of all down, bro. What the fuck even killed me? This kind of all down how broken SM was. I mean, SM in Iron 1 was a very interesting class. It's just that it had the looming broken mechanic of Fear, right? But if you remove Fear from a Straight Master in Iron 1, it was a very interesting class. Like, genuinely. It was one of the most interesting classes in the game. It was just like kinda ruined by the existence of Fear. But I think that the rest was fine. Yeah. Most interesting was Gladiator, Ether Tech. Gladiator was one of the least interesting class in 9-1. Which is funny, right? Because it was one of the most popular ones, but Gladiator was genuinely okay. It was interesting because Iron One has interesting mechanics, but as far as like all of the classes go, Gladiator was one of the least interesting classes. Now, that doesn't mean that it wasn't fun. Like Gladiator was one of the most fun classes, right? But mechanically, Gladiator was kind of dull. No, that's not to say that Gladiator was the least interesting class in Iron One. Like, I think the title of least interesting class in Iron One goes to... let me think for a second. I think it's Gunner. I think Gunner might be the least interesting class in Iron One. Yeah, Gunner does have the weapon swap, but the class in itself was very boring and one-dimensional. That was my last ticket. Yeah, that's fine. We can chill. I mean, if you guys want, we can do some Cradle. I'm down for some Cradle. I would be down for some Cradle. Otherwise, I'll just do old stuff. Like, that's okay. 560. I mean, surely out of 56 crafts, I'm gonna get 4 boards, right? No energy? That's fine. I'll just do some old stuff then. Do you have some olds that need to run Fire Temple, Sakura? Because if you do, boy, do I have some news for you. My SM is ready. Of course, the painting sold and not the Star Dragon. Edge. Yes? Alright. Let's do some of these then. But first, let's win at the video game. At least 4. At least 4. Bruh. Well, there you go, Sakura. You wanted to see me lose? There it is. I lost. So I'm missing 2 then. I mean, that's fine. I still have a couple of... whatchamacallit, Ascension Trial tickets to burn through. So, and worst case now I can just buy 2 more IL bolts if I'm not done by then. Like that's okay. Now that being said, these two allow me to get the damage node at least. Oh, these I think they do, right? Yeah, they do. Nice. I'll take the 100 HP. I will be happy about you losing. I know you will. You little shit. I gave you everything. I took you into my cradle, and this is how you repay me? Disgraceful. Disgusting. Puh. Alright. Yeah, let me log into my SM. I think I have a bit of energy to burn. Yeah, I mean, you're more in the red than me, right? I'm still net positive at the end of the day. My gambling has been paying off more than it hasn't, so. I've had it 3 times now. I did it 1 pop. I mean, ultimately across enough attempts, it will always even out to be about the same as the guaranteed craft, but brother, I'm here to live a little. I'm gambling. That's Shugo. I don't give a shit about Shugo. If you want to do Shugo, I'm gonna be right back. I'll grab a drink then. Yeah. How much energy do I have on this? Yeah, I can run a few. Did I buy everything? Okay, got that. Got that as well. Okay, yeah. Yeah, why not? This is great. What is great? One free gold deal almost every time. Yeah, I mean, I know, but I genuinely cannot be bothered running that shit. Genuinely, I haven't run a single Shugo game in over a month. if I'm gonna be honest. Now, I know I should be doing it, but they are planning to reduce the amount of sugar you need to do, and I have a hunch they're gonna keep reducing it because nobody wants to run that shit. Like, I will bother with this on global, right? After they're done balancing it out to not have to do it 50 times a day. But right now, I genuinely cannot be bothered. Bro, I have 5 characters. I have 5 characters. I also have a fucking YouTube channel, right? In which I keep having to do scripted content on. Like, I don't have time to do this shit, you know? Like, I have to pick something. So yeah, Shugo is the thing I'm kicking out of my life. If Aaron stops doing Shugo, they will have to redesign it. Exactly. I'm gonna start a fucking riot, dude. That's it. I'm gonna start a petition for them to remove Shugo games from the fucking video game. Alright, anyways, I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back. 59 Ranger Odell after emptying out 2 weeks ago. Bro, that's a lot of Odell though. Maybe later. I'll be right back. Alright. The drink has been acquired. Okay. So how close are we to being done with the Shugo situation? I guess I'll just put damage on this. Maybe bleed. Yeah, I'll put some poison. Sure. Hell yeah. Look at this character, dude. Look at the juice of this character. I run a few Vacron, got a bit of Vacron armor. You know, make the character passable for Cromede, so people don't immediately run away. You know. Not transferable, right? But yeah, just let me know when you're done with Hugo. Also, if literally anyone else in chat wants to run some quick and easy Fire Temple, then be my guest. Also, for the Chinese readers in chat, I hope you appreciate the name of this character. It is thematically named after Cyber. Guess I'm not gonna like ditch a few fire temples. Yeah, sure. I mean, we might as well, right? Might as well. Sakurai is going to carry us all. Hello, Khaled. How you doing? Coming? Alright. Which character are you coming with? This part going into it is the goon jump scare advertisement on purple. You guys are also getting this? Dude, that shit kind of dropped out of nowhere. Like, it's been a few days now. This shit is like straight up not okay. Like the anime game, right? JC Sakura, all right. Senran Kagura shit. I don't know what that is, but I'll take your word for it. Oh, dude, we're running the double SM? Let's go, dude. Let's see how bad you dumpster my DPS. Dude, this character is like high-end poverty. Although I am higher gear score than you, so you know. At least I've got something going for me. Which is crazy, by the way, because like the amount of investment I put into this character is like negative. So being higher gear score is crazy. Did you get the free Asphalt eye level from the Abyss Monolith, Sakura? You're opening? Alright, take your time. There's no hurry here. Yeah? Alright. Why not stack up in one button? For the same reason I'm not stacking Condemnation on Judgment Thunder. I just like to press buttons by myself. Like, this game already has a very limited amount of buttons, right? I want to press all of them. If I'm gonna be dead ass. Did you buy the gold cards? Yeah. Grab them on all of my ults. I mean, it's literally a free gear score bump, right? So might as well. Skipped all the seal dungeons? Yeah, makes sense. I mean, I did skip most of the Ilios ones, but I did 95% of these. Let me see. I mean, I did do 82% of these, so I guess I did most, right? I'm probably missing like 15-20 eye level from finishing everything, and then Strongholds is like another 30 something eye level I'm missing probably. Omeki? Alright. That's the Chanta, right? Gonna be juicing. I guess I'll just grab anything then with this comp. Yeah. 100 gear score? Yeah, for everything, right? Yeah. Alright, Fire Temple. Fucking grab anything. I don't heal for shit. You might want a Cleric. That's fine, dude. We play Elementalist. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, alright, fine. I will reserve the slot to healer for like 2 minutes, and if no one joins, it's getting open for everything. I'll spam stones? Hell yeah, brother. I mean, me and you. My ults have infinite stones anyways, I never use them. Alright, that's it. I'm opening to DPS. Sakura is mogging Larry on the Discord. That's crazy. Yeah, 20% attack. Yeah, there you go. Bit of accuracy, bit of crit. Which I guess the attack only does so much, right? But it is decent. Didn't even let me finish typing? Nope. That's some mogging in progress, dude. I see that. The Chanter Storm buff is insane. Yeah. It's really good. And the higher level it is, like the longer the duration or something, right? So yeah, it's up quite often. But now it's just mogging. Yes, it is. Like doing 230k DPS is not okay, Sakura. All right, that's like, I mean, it's not quite 10 times more than what I'm doing on Cleric, but close enough. 20 seconds at level 20? Yeah, that's kind of insane, honestly. Build Jinx. Cool. Yeah. Let's run it. Greeting for DPS, yeah, classic. I am surprised that the Chanter was only doing 54k though. Like after the buffs, I would expect Chanter to be doing maybe a bit more than that, even on full buff, right? Like I would expect Chanter to be around like 70k at 3.6k gear score. Like this guy also had PV accessories and stuff, right? So, but yeah, it is quite good for sure. I should probably put the left click buff before I nuke, actually, I guess. Probably more appropriate to do. Alright, I forgot to rebind my healing pots. Ah, whatever. If I die, it's Raiden's fault. Yep. I'll keep the Ancient Spirit for the other one. I'm glad you don't blame me. Damn. Two casualties to gravity. Unlucky. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna start, right? Like, no harm, no foul, right? Pretty sure I can just outrange everything on this boss anyways. XDD. Okay. A little bit of a hiccup with the VPN here, but we'll pretend that that's not going to happen again. Get the back. Hold your horses, Sakura. Just inform me at the end of it. You can tell me how bad it is after Cremita, right? I promise I'm not gonna use a battle scroll. I promise. Unless. I'm cooked once they have DPS meter in the game. You mean the personal meter? I mean, whenever they do that, which first of all, I have my doubts as to the fact they're gonna do that anytime soon, but whenever they do it, it's just gonna be like Throne, right? It's just gonna be a personal meter. It's just gonna be a personal meter, and nobody's gonna be able to see it. So you'll be able to keep your shame to yourself, I'm sure. Oh, the animations are so long, dude. My rolls are so fucking delayed on this class. It's crazy. I'm missing what else might want to see. Yeah. Especially as a DPS class in the current state of things. Also, does the character you have right now have the Kaizen statue even? I mean, given the gear, I would guess that it wouldn't be too difficult to get it, so... Yes? Yeah, okay. I mean, you really struck the jackpot with this character, huh? Kinda crazy. The other things are weird though. Such as? Enlighten me. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to keep in mind, right? Like, whoever owned this had to have had a reason to quit, right? So, if something looks sus, then something probably happened, right? 620 skin, and no, not all feathers done, but full audio. I mean, it's not as sus as you think, right? Because at the end of the day, it literally just means that the guy swiped what he could swipe and didn't swipe what he couldn't swipe. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Look, Discord. All right. Yeah, that's about what I expected. that's about what I expected. Although the ranger is a bit peculiar, I'll say that. I mean, I guess I'm really getting very much hella fucked with ping on DPS classes, which is fine, you know, it's fine. That's why I'm playing Cleric. At the end of the day. I mean, also, I don't have any PD attack on this character, but I mean, that's kind of whatever. Oh, here's your Cleric, Raiden. There you go. Cleric achieved. Not terrible for a Cleric, actually. I mean, the thing with smite rolls is, like, the percentage difference between like blue and orange isn't like a high blue and a low orange is like really small. So as long as you roll like above a certain threshold, you're pretty much good, right? Regardless of color. I rolled 1.6 plus, yeah, exactly. Like, and like, I'm pretty sure you can roll 1.6 on blue, right? So you don't even need to fish that hard to get a decent amount of smite on your genus, if that's what you're going for. Okay, Sakurai, question. Do you do early Ancient Spirit, or do you send your regular Elemental Fusion before you send the Ancient Spirit? Because like, I've been hesitating between what is best between doing early Ancient just to get it back and maybe get one more usage during the fight, or using the default Fusion out of the way ASAP. I'm not sure what's best, honestly. I mean, I have maybe like 5 hours of combined playtime on this fucking characters anyway, so you know, there's that. Damn, this shit is already dead. Crazy. I wonder if this Cleric is doing more DPS than the previous Ranger. That is possible. Full spirits into fusion, into ancient, into fusion. Yeah, that's what I do right now. Like right now, I get my damage buff from left click, and then I send my pets into fusion, and then I ancient after those, right? Like that's what I do right now. Boy, do I feel slow. I mean, I have 0% combat speed on this character, so I guess that probably doesn't help, right? But yeah. Range glad is so much fun. Do you have a level 16 crush on this character already? It's fucking stupid, isn't it? He's doing more than the Ranger. Yeah, I mean, that's not that surprising. I mean, given his eye level, he's probably close to me in damage, actually. I mean, it is noticeable because shit is dying faster than with the Ranger, so... Which is a bit sad, but you know. I have nothing on this character, I do Z DPS. I mean, you're doing about as much as my character, so... There's that, right? Yeah, I'm probably losing a usage actually by holding this long at this point. I would expect. Yeah. Damn. It's my chance to catch up. Sakura died. I haven't seen a gold BOE in a very long time on any character. I wonder if they nerfed the drop rate or something. Hey, I got a ring. Look at that. I got a guard as well. Weapon damage boost combat speed. Holy shit, dude. Big upgrade. Finally got a weapon. Did you get the right weapon though? I mean, I guess you've been running Fight Temple a decent amount with this character, so you're probably not that far off getting the pity ticket, right? I have tickets? Yeah. Expected as much. At a team meter, I think people are either gonna quit or call the others cheating. Yeah. I mean, there's so many, and like that's the thing, that's the problem with this game, right? There's so many factors to widen the gap DPS wide, right? Like, obviously there's the gear itself, and then there's the rules, right? Like, there's a huge difference between someone that has might and not. Like, there's so many stats that outright just doubles the amount of damage you do, right? There's smite, perfect, fucking crit. All of them can proc at the same time, like, it's, yeah. And then on top of that, you sprinkle a little bit of like pink diff and all of that, and yeah, it's a bit crazy. Like, you factor everything in, and then all of a sudden the gap is like fucking massive, right? Although I will say I have very rarely encountered someone with like passable gear whom's the DPS made a huge fucking difference, right? I'll say that. Like, they're very few and far between, for sure. So, yeah. The one guy who said I was cheating, yeah. I mean, you'll have these types of people, like, in every game, for, like, every scenarios. It is what it is. I'm a bit scared of that pet body blocking right now. Yeah. Fuck out. There you go. You out DPS Horn enjoyers? Yeah, he's been out DPSing Horn gamers for sure. Like, he was mogging people when he was at 3.2k in Cradle, right? So that should tell you enough, right? Why can't they nerf the ping? That's the one thing they can't nerf. That is the one thing. I mean, the thing is, right, like, the game feels fine at high ping, right? In terms of like how it feels, like, it's fine. And also, in terms of DPS requirements, to be honest, the fights in this game are not very demanding, but when you look at the nitty-gritty details of like how much DPS people are pumping based on like ping and everything, then that's when things get a bit depressing, right? Like that's the problem right there. Which is probably one of the reasons why they don't really want to add any type of meter into the game, right? Because the DPS differential is like way too big, which at the end of the day, again, a lot of it is due to the fact that there's so much fucking stat bloat that just like procs extra damage everywhere, which makes it a lot harder to balance everything out. And the fact that the game is really, really fucking fast, which in itself, in my opinion, is a bit of a problem, right? So yeah. All the VPN users would quit. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, anyone who came into Taiwan, right, should have known that ping would have been a problem. Like, first of all, ping being a problem in Korean MMOs is not exactly the least common thing, right? And then second of all, bro, I'm actually gonna die by DPSing this thing. Like, because you should have known, you should have picked a class that was gonna be less impacted by that. I can't use my E for some reason. Okay, great. Thanks, game. So if you went onto the Taiwan server with a class that was obviously going to be ping dependent, like stuff like Assassin and Ranger and so on and so forth, right? Just based on prior Iron 1 knowledge, you kind of did it to yourself. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't know what the expectation was here, but it was never going to go over well, you know? Like, again, this is the exact reason why I picked Cleric, you know? Like, and I, even when I played on NA Classic, which on NA I only have like around 100 ping, which is very playable, even for Iron 1 standards. Even on that, I picked Cleric because I knew playing like a ping dependent class was going to be way too fucking depressing, right? So, yeah. Like, it's about helping yourself, you know, in those types of games. It's about making choices that help yourself. It's the same when you have a game where there is some sort of swiping that is possible, like this game, right? Like, knowing in, you already know that some classes are likely going to be less susceptible to the swiping situation, right? Typically, support classes are less susceptible to swiping problems. Which, again, same reason why I picked Cleric, so yeah. Like, factoring all of this, you kind of have to help yourself and just make the correct choice, you know what I mean? Nice mace. How many more do I have? Like 2, I guess. Yeah, 2 more. Yeah, I think that'll round off everything. Pretty nice. I mean, I guess Sakura, there's something that does help your DPS on your ults is also your Genius Insights, right? Because you do have Smite and offensive stats on a Genius. So I'm guessing you're actually seeing Smite procs, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not getting any smites on my ults, so that probably helped to a little bit of extent, right? I'll just use that as Scopium as well, yeah. I mean, I guess I do have accuracy though, which probably helps to some extent. Bro, just fucking jump. What the? Thank you. And my E priority is kind of cooked. Some stuff is just getting skipped. I probably have to switch it around a little bit. Yeah, Elementalist is genuinely like the chillest DPS class I've played. I mean, probably like the chillest class in general though. Everything is mobile, everything is like very streamlined, right? Very chill, for sure. By far the easiest don't look at the screen while playing class, at least as an alt. Now, obviously I'm probably far from being optimized, right? But yeah. Shatters, I hold one button but ranged. Yeah, but until your Dark Rush is 20. With my eyes itchy. Until the Dark Rush is 20, you don't get mobility and the spam at the same time, right? So you actually have to pay attention while you're standing, which is cringe, dude. Imagine having to like actually play the game. Who does that, right? Bruh. I just summoned my Ancient Spirit. You know what? She's leaving so fast, I just need to send my Ancient Spirit like immediately, I feel like. Dude, he's just gonna fucking die to the wall because he's not following me. Bruh. That's cooked. I'm guessing the Ancient Spirit laser has to be in range. Does the Ancient Spirit like walk in range for the laser, or are you just out of luck if you summon the Ancient Spirit a bit too far away from the boss? I mean, that would be fucked if that's the case, but I wouldn't be necessarily surprised if that's the case. Because I'm pretty sure that Ancient Spirit laser keeps missing me in PvP. Because I keep cutting max range. So that's probably also the case in PvE, right? Pathetic Matt. I'll just summon closer to the range, I guess, just in case. Okay, this is gonna be my last one on this character. Alright. Having so much fun playing the exact same class as my main. I mean, hey. I don't want to hear it, alright? You keep mentioning how much you want utility on your main for your group. Wait, there you go. There you go. You have mantras, you have buffs. And you also get to hold down one button. What else? What else do you want, right? The Dark Rush also has 20% lifesteal. Who needs mobile? I mean, is it that good on Dark Rush though? I don't know. I mean, I guess because of how fast you spam it now, because like before it was slower, right? But like given how fucking fast and frequently you spam that shit, maybe yeah. Dark Rush mobile, this? Yeah. I mean, for sure, right? Like, you need the spam ability, you need the mobility, right? Like, that's the best. Especially with the new marches and stuff. It's literally brain dead. Like, you just hold down the button and just, like, keep slaloming between mechanics. Without thinking too hard about it. Like that's the reason why I'm kinda leaning towards farming farming a new parchment on my Chenta just to get Dark Rush to 20. I don't even need that much, right? Like if I get Dark Rush on the rings, then I just need like +2. But the fucking Dark Rush card I got raised another skill to +4, like another like use the skill to +4. Like that's cooked. Although the new Transcendence dungeon, like the problem is at level 1 that shit doesn't drop anything, dude. It's like 60% chance to get 1 gold card, and then I mean I guess the mini bosses also give you a little bit extra, but it's not too much. And then for the balance you will need to run like 50 million of them just to get 1 scale. Got stuck on my own feet. You have characters that do the other 3-star. You mean Nuakum? I mean like Den, right? Like I don't really run it because it's just like a lot longer. I mean we can, right? Like I'm not opposed to it, but it's just a lot longer than Fight Temple, right? Like that's the thing. I'm just trying to be time efficient because I have so many fucking ults, right? But if you want to run it, we can. Virtually all of my ults except my Chenta can run that, yeah. Because my Chenta is actually in a Cradle and Dramata prison for the time being. Fucking Steam sucks ass, dude. The 50s Tiger one has such long recovery time. All right. And we are done with this character. Another mailing mat. Hell yeah. Okay. Excellent. My glad needs then. Yeah, I mean, we can run a few then, right? Like, let me think. I mean, the problem is that the only character I have that needs a guard is my Chanta, but my Chanta is running Dramata. How far from Dramata is your glad? Like, how far are you from 2.8? Like, is it actually within the realm of possibilities, or like, is that no fucking way? Just failed Ebony Earring Craft. Well, it is what it is. I mean, at least now it's a lot more affordable, I guess. Like, assuming that you used bound mats, but my condolences. I know it sucks. I didn't get dig behind that one weapon. I mean, I guess I got a ring. Just try again next week? Yeah. That's the spirit. Complete confidence in my beautiful gladiator. Do a few then, and I go to Seal Dungeon. My glad can do Cradle soon. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't mind, right? I do have a bit of energy on my Templar, so I guess next Tuesday we could run a few, probably. Like I'm down. I mean, I guess my Templar does need to run a few more Fine Temple to get the Chromite sword though. Like I'm not that far away because I already have one ticket, so I just need to get the second ticket to get the sword. Because my Templar is using a blue sword right now, so. But I mean, I don't mind running a few either way. Yeah, like that's fine. And then afterwards we just blast Cradle. You can't even turn not bound gear to potential stones? Yeah, no you can't. You can't turn gear that has been enhanced either, which sucks. Because I have enhanced chromite rings, like eternal chromite rings, that I would have liked to turn into potential stone, but you can't do it. Which sucks. Oh, just a question. When we create a party, can we choose sequential or random? What that means? Sequential or random? In what scenario? Sequential or random? Oh, right. This. Yeah, this is the loot method. Basically, when you pick shit on the ground, sequential just gives loot to party members one after the other. Like if there's pickable loot on the ground, random just like assign it randomly. Yeah, that's what it means. Alright, anyways, fellas, I'm gonna be done for today. I know it's a bit of a short stream, but it is getting late here, and I do want to get some recordings done before I go to bed, because I will be working on a video tomorrow. So, thanks for watching today. As always, it is always a pleasure to stream for you guys. Make sure to follow the channel on both Twitch and YouTube if you haven't already, if you want to see more of me. I'm most definitely, and thank you for the follow, Zencop. I am most definitely not going to be streaming tomorrow. Monday is my my break day, and I'm going to be working in a video which I hope to get out tomorrow. So look forward to that, I guess. Otherwise, I will be back on Tuesday for a regular like day EU stream before maintenance. So we'll get a few more last minute things out of the way. Hopefully break 3.7k. I mean, definitely break 3.7k before maintenance. And then afterwards, on Wednesday, as always, you will be able to look forward to my Patreon video. And yeah, big update coming. So yeah, look forward to that. Anyways, thanks for watching. I will be looking around if I can perhaps host someone. Let me see. Do we have anything going on right now? Anyone? No. Oh, this guy's playing Pocopia. I don't know if you guys want to watch Pocopia, but probably not, right? Yeah. You know what? You're free to do whatever. Thanks for watching, and